The elections are coming very soon, and the market is very wisely not giving a shit. It's kind of waiting for everybody to know what's gonna happen right now. But there is one sector in crypto that I think is gonna completely blow up if Trump will be the winner. And I want to discuss that today. And even if Trump doesn't win, is that necessarily bad for crypto? Let's take a look at it. Welcome to the Fomo Factory. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the bell notification on, and let's get into it. Good times are coming, dude. Dude, chica. I don't know. There is, like said, a certain sector in crypto that I think is gonna completely blow up if Trump wins, and there is, of course, a good chance that he wins. And this sector is now just like any altcoin, so low. Like all the whole altcoin market is just down, down, down. And this is for a lot of people scary. But actually, if they look back in a year from now, everybody be like, why didn't I just buy more? Right? Why didn't I just buy more? Now, I want to go over one tweet that kind of has the sentiment that everybody has, right? So Benjamin Cohen reacted to a certain tweet, and that's this tweet. This is the typical retail scare kind of sentiment that there is right now. Somebody said, if Bitcoin goes up, alts go down. If Bitcoin goes down, alts go down. If Bitcoin goes up again, alts go down. I don't know about you, but I'm not enjoying this bull run so far. And I think that this is how a lot of people feel. And maybe if you're watching the video, you also feel like this. Like we wait long, right? And it's really frustrating. And maybe people start to doubt now, right? Like maybe this bull market is going to be different. Maybe it's not time for altcoins anymore. Let's get a little bit over that, because this is nothing weird in this stage of the market. As you can see, and as we discussed a lot on this channel, like the Bitcoin dominance is just pumping for the last 3 years, right? So altcoins are getting wrecked on their Bitcoin pair. So even if Bitcoin now goes up, altcoins still go down on the Bitcoin pair. So they might go up a little bit against the dollar, but it's only because of Bitcoin. But this is what we have seen before, right? This is just how the cycle moves. And at a certain point, it will turn around and we will get that alt season, right? We had two big alt seasons, 2017, 2021. These are not in the post-halving years for no reason, right? 2025 is around the corner, and it took 7 months from this halving until alt season started. It took 7 months from this halving until alt season started. We're currently in month 6 after the last halving, right? So if history is an indication, hey, alt season could start in December, and it doesn't have to be exactly 7 months, of course. It could also be a little longer. It doesn't matter. Next year is going to be fantastic for altcoins. So yeah, although people might feel like, man, it's taking long, etc., etc. Look, you cannot have a gigantic pump without retail getting washed out first. And the whole sentiment is now just disbelief, right? It's purely disbelief. And these are the best moments to actually buy. So about the elections, man, I know that a lot of people, they kind of depend on Trump, right? And we have all these kind of, you'll see them right here as well, but you have all these kind of political meme coins that people now speculate on. And overall, that's just a gamble. People just want Trump to win. I see it a lot more. If Trump wins, we get a bull market. If Trump loses, we get a bear market. Look, I'm pretty sure that a Trump win will be better for crypto. We all do. But I'm also pretty sure if Trump doesn't win, we get a big ass bull market anyway. Because the crypto market never had to rely on a certain person to go up, right? The market goes up anyway, right? That's just what it is. Bitcoin is designed to go up. There will be more dollars hitting the market, and assets that are strong against the dollar automatically go up, right? So we don't need good news for the market to go up. We sometimes have bad news that drives the market down. So whether if Trump or Harris wins, what I see play out is, look, if Trump wins, I think we pump and we get a dump after that. The dump the Trump pump and dump. Pump to Trump pump pump. Why? Because it's kind of the same as the halving, right? Or the ETFs. You also see a lot of people, they need a narrative, right? People think we need a narrative for the market to go up. Again, that's what the market do anyway. But people think we need a narrative. Well, same with the halving, right? People were anticipating towards the halving, like, oh, halving is coming, halving is coming. And then we had the halving, and people noticed, like, huh? It doesn't, immediately change it, right? Like, no, of course, that's like the halving is long-term kind of shit. So people get kind of disappointed, and it goes sideways. Same with the ETF. People they relied on the ETFs. By the time we got the ETF, it was bullish, but not immediately, right? Same for the Ethereum ETF. That's the biggest example. If you look at Ethereum ETF here, was it somewhere? Yeah, it didn't do so well after that, right? And I think with the Trump win, it's going to be exactly the same. If Trump wins, people, they think that the market is going to respond very well immediately. So they move the market up by thinking that, right? And I do think that certain meme coins or whatever will do well short term, right? But overall, I think it will be more a very hard push, a very quick one, and then a sell off because people, they get disappointed. It doesn't do what people want, and then the market continues eventually in 2025 with the bull market. I think with Harris it's the other way around. If Harris wins, I think that the market will think that that's a bad thing for crypto and that it dumps. And that then again, people who are longer in crypto or the big whales that are playing this game feel like, okay, thanks, time to buy it up. And we continue with the 2025 bull market. So either we get this and this and this, or we get this and this. Overall, we are now here and we are going here. What happens here? Like, man, it doesn't matter. There is, though, a very interesting thing about a potential Trump win. That's speculation from my side. But if that turns out to be correct, then we can see some money printers being turned on, and we have to make sure that we are connected to that certain money printer. And let's talk about that. And yeah, that has to do with altcoins. So first, you have to believe that the altcoin market isn't dead. Now, I think that most of the people on this channel, they don't think that, right? It's always the case, like if you, again, take your emotions out of it and you look what happened in previous cycles. Let me remove the halvings, but you can also see altcoin market. It pumps, it dumps, and it has a real lag, right? Here as well, it pumps, it dumps, and it has a real lag. We had the pump, we had the dump, and the real lag is about to happen, just as it turns out to almost be the post-halving year, where also these run-ups happened, 2017 and 2021. So, no, crypto is not a coincidence. It's not relying on a single person. We do not need a Elon Musk, a Trump, a John McAfee, a who else did we had? Like, I don't know, man. We don't need these people, right? It sure helps, but we don't need them. Crypto market is bigger than one person. What's pretty interesting is this. If you look at the altcoin cycle in 2016-17, you can see that in that, mid-cycle top until the bottom, we dumped about 61%. If we now look at 2019-20, what happened from the top to the bottom was 60%. And we don't include COVID right here, right? It was a black swan. If we look at what happened this time until the bottom was 59%, 60%, right? So it's kind of strange actually that altcoins are going down and people are scared and they say this time is different. While in fact the only two times this happened before was the same, right? The only two times earlier in this stage of the market was exactly the same, 60% minus or plus 1%, right? But it's scary how much the same it is. yeah, it has me wondering, like, if everything is the same, then isn't this also going to be the same, right? Not percentage wise, maybe, right? Because we do have diminishing returns, but the time where it happens and the kind of the direction in which it goes, yeah, the further we get into the cycle, the more likely that is to me. So looks pretty good, actually, in my opinion. Now, I need some music for this, man. So if Trump wins, what could possibly change in crypto? Well, one thing that he kind of promised in the Bitcoin conference, and I know that he maybe likes to tell people what they want to hear, but I also think that he kind of means it, is that he wants to get rid of Gary Gensler. Now, Gary Gensler is the number one enemy of crypto, of course, and we need to get rid of Gary Voldemort Gensler. So, if that happens, what is so bullish about a specific sector in crypto? I will show you exactly what's so bullish right here. Then we have to go to this specific type of altcoin. This is an example. This is a good example. This is gonna pump. This is gonna pump, right? Do we have more? Yeah, this is gonna pump. Why? Well, I was listening to Coin Bureau not to a day ago or so, and he said something really interesting, which I think has something to it. A lot of people, they want to participate in, being early in crypto. That's the whole thesis of a degen, right? You want to be there before the rest is. So they buy meme coins at 50K market cap, right? And get completely rocked because meme coins are way too dangerous. And it's quite toxic to this space, in my opinion. But why do people do that? Because that's the only way for them to be early on something. However, what is actually the way to be early? By participating in ICOs. The ICO boom was insane, right? And we have seen earlier this year, end of last year already, that the Launchpad tokens were the outperformers in this market, where the whole altcoin market did a 400% pump, CeDeFi 1,000%, for example, right? Then we have Spartadex, which is a slightly lower cap, did a 1,500%, right? And these are not the exceptions. Almost every good launchpad looked like this. Game starter, from the lows to the highs, 1,800%, like crazy. And I know the lower cap they are, the more they can pump. But even the higher caps and the more safe launchpads like CeDeFi outperformed the rest of the altcoin market twice. How come? Because the narrative for these kind of coins is, you have to have the coins and you can participate in new launches and you buy new launches super low. And in a bull market for altcoins where everything goes up, these launches explode, right? Now, what does that have to do with Trump? Well, if Trump wins and we get Gensler out of the chair, then it might be possible for US citizens to finally participate in new launches again. Because for now, that's restricted, right? And that could be a game changer, right? And the way that guy said it was like, well, I think that could be the end of the meme coin hype because now people speculate on meme coins early because they cannot participate in launches. And that's true, right? Although I am not mad if that happens, right? Because look, I don't really care about meme coins. I think it's very how do you say, what's the right word? I think you earn an applause if you really are good at making money with meme coins. Problem is 99.9% of the people are not good at it. They try to go for luck. Right? And that's not like crypto is already risky enough. You're not going to search in a risky place for the most risky sector, of course. Not with all your money, at least. Right? So launchpads can finally come back and pump extremely hard. And I have been talking about launchpads for a long time. this is the way. This is the way to do it in crypto. So that would, like, don't get me wrong. If Trump doesn't win, I'ma still load up on these launch pads, right? Because even with these restrictions, here you go. In a non-alt season period, one of the biggest launch pads with these restrictions already pumped with 1,000%, outperformed the market. So this is an obvious play. Together with crypto gaming, this is the best sector to be in my opinion, right? Meme coins, some people talk about meme coins, the best sector to be in if you want to gamble, if you are willing to lose a lot of money as well, right? Then there's potential high reward for it as well. But the real sectors that are like, sustainable and can make you some serious money without taking too much risk, gaming and launch pads. Easy, right? And maybe AI, but that's still speculative because a lot of AI projects, let's be honest, what do they do, right? Like, we don't even know yet. They use a lot of expensive words and people fall for the hype. But at the end of the day, I feel like, yeah, I don't see people really using it, right? So where's the adoption really? Well, for launch pads, there is an obvious use case. Right? So that's the sector that I think is going to rip hardest. And if Trump wins, then this is a sector that can absolutely explode. This will be one of the biggest sectors in the next bull market. I said it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so. Otherwise, I wouldn't say it, of course. Now, if we do take a look at the market in general, like, what should you do right now, right? These are uncertain times. People said, expect a lot of volatility in the market today. Yeah. If I look at Bitcoin and we zoom in a little bit, let's take the 1 hour chart or whatever, then I don't know, there's not much volatility, right? Bitcoin is basically going sideways since the 18th of October, and it pumped a little bit and it came down, but overall, it's now just going sideways, really. So this is nothing too crazy. What I would do is this. Forget about the elections. Forget about the fact that everything should depend on it. And just expect what you should expect. Next year, there will be a bull market, right? And there's a difference, like, yes, there is already a bull market for Bitcoin. You cannot look at this Bitcoin chart and say that we are not in a bull market, right? Like, same as here. This was from here to here was a bull market. And then we have a pause in between, whatever, right? Here, Bitcoin basically, did not move for like 16 months, right? More than a year. We now are sitting at 8 months and people are already losing their shit. While this was just at the end of the day, this was a bull market, right? So yeah, Bitcoin is in a bull market very easily. Altcoins for the last couple of months, not so much, right? Because Bitcoin has at least been going sideways. And sideways in a bull market, that's okay. But altcoins basically down only, right? Only down. So yeah, it could be that if we, in a year from now, look at it in hindsight, we could say like, hey, altcoins were also just in a bull market, right? With a pause in between, and then we went up. But for the last couple of months, we cannot really say that altcoins have been in the bull market. So that's a good thing, because you do not want to buy in the middle of a bull market, right? You want to buy before that bull market really takes off. Yeah, and guys, it is very easy. It is very easy. Like I showed you, we have the first leg, and that leg is always showing like, hey guys, this is the market. Look which coins are pumping, which are doing best, right? And once we get that 60% correction right here, get into these coins, right? Here as well, we pump, we have a 60% correction, but you saw which coins performed best. Get into them at the dip. And it's the same exact thing right now. We had a pump, we saw what outperformed, right? So you don't have to do your homework. Like I said, launchpads, gaming, and AI were the real outperformers. And some meme coins here and there, again, but it's like, I don't think it's mentionable, because yeah, there are certainly 100 or 200 meme coins that completely exploded. But there are also 20 million meme coins in total, right? So that's still too much of a gamble, actually. So if you want to take it a little more safe but get some fat returns, I would say look at launchpads, gaming, and AI. This is what the market told us. It cannot be easier, right? It cannot be easier. If you want to take an exam, and if you need to take an exam and you can look at the right answers and half an hour before you take the exam, you're not going to fill in different answers at the exam, right? That's stupid. This is the exact same thing. It's impossible to not make money right now. If you have half a brain cell, you can make money. Problem is people are getting emotional. Every time that the market goes down, people get emotional, right? We do the same thing here as that we did over here, as what we did over here. Yet people somehow still say that this time is different, right? Yet people still say Ethereum is dead. Well, I don't know. Look, Ethereum from its all-time high until where we are right now, well, till the low, let me put it like that, is down 82%. Here, Ethereum from the all-time high to the low was down 94%. And it wasn't that. That was the best buying opportunity before Ethereum. Like, that was the best buy in the last bull market, right? The best buy when it comes to risk-reward ratio. So, yeah, if it would have gone down 94% from our current high, then Ethereum could theoretically go to $200 and still not be that. Sometimes you want to block out the noise. Just look at the numbers, the facts, the charts, and be like, okay, wait, one step back. Let's not get emotional. Let's see what's actually, going on right here. There's too much bullish news, and I think that we should all be patient right now. Right, this is the last 2 months to do it. Right, this month, maybe next month, and then it should be coming. Altcoins on the Bitcoin pair. Yeah, I mean, if you look at it on the day, it made a new cycle low yesterday, right? So again, being in Bitcoin so far, this whole cycle would have been the best case if you done like that. And I for sure did not completely take my own advice. I also love to gamble and be a little degen. But then again, admittedly, yeah, I could have bet a bit in Bitcoin when I look at a lot of altcoins nowadays. And that's emotional. That's also what I need to learn. It's not that I'm sitting here like, oh, so easy, just do this. I'm doing that as well. No, I mean, I also make money. Like, I have traded Joe, for example. Why? Well, AVAX is going to be fucking huge, to put it a little cautious, in my opinion. But AVAX is also quite high, right? So I want to have a little more upside to the AVAX ecosystem. Then Trader Joe is the most obvious play because that's the leading DEX on AVAX. Everybody that uses AVAX uses Trader Joe, right? So that would be the best guess that I could take. So I have some Trader Joe. I'm staking it. I'm getting some USDC for it. It's fine. But then again, if I look at Trader Joe and its Bitcoin pair, then this is what the chart looks like. So, yeah, at the end of the day, like, if I would have converted my Bitcoin in Trader Joe right now, I would have a better buy than anywhere else, right? Also, I need to learn, and I need to learn to apply. That's mostly it. Knowing something that's doable in crypto, actually applying it, that's quite hard sometimes. But for now, with the Bitcoin dominance, where it is actually sitting, I feel like if we are not at already topping out right now, we are very close to topping out, time-wise at least. So for me, it's a little risky to now say like, no, let's buy Bitcoin, right? We could have done that anywhere these last 3 years. Now it's more time to buy altcoins. So if we get a good correction, I'm stacking up on altcoins. If you are in the private Discord, there's a link below for the Patreon. You already know how my portfolio looks like. And the nice thing is though that I don't know. I think there is a fat bull market coming, a real fat bull market coming. That's just I'm too bullish. I cannot be bearish at this stage. So mark my words. If Harris wins, you will see a lot of panic, a lot of FUD. You will maybe see a lot of YouTube videos from all kind of channels with "it's over" in their thumbnail, or "I'm out, I'm selling, this is bad," that kind of shit. I I can honestly tell you, please ignore the sentiment. Buy that fucking dip if that happens. If Kamala wins and there will be a good correction, buy it up. If Kamala wins and there won't be a good correction, then buy it up anyway. Because if that news cannot bring a short-term dip, then the market is really strong. If Trump wins, I can spell out every scenario, but it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't really matter. The FOMC, in my opinion, is way more important to see what the Fed is going to do, because if we're going to end up in QE, which we eventually will, that is going to mark off alt season, right? Not there's going to be a president. So we'll see about that. I mean, 2020 we got Biden for a president. Well, wasn't that great for the economy, and still in 2021, if you look what altcoins did, from this bottom basically here to the top, altcoins kind of gained 70x on average, and that's within the top 125, let alone the low caps, right? So, man, again, good times ahead. I don't want to make this longer than it needs to be, but guys, all I want to say is please hold on, do not give up. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be really fantastic. So, like the video if you like the video. Applause for yourself for still being here. The best times are now coming, and the most stressful time in crypto is also coming, because if everything is going up parabolic, the market is moving faster than you can think, and that's where the real challenge is going to start. But I will be there every freaking day telling what at least I am doing, so you maybe can get a little inspiration off of that. So thanks for watching, guys. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the bell notification on, and I'll see you very soon.